Hi guys, I generally like Theo Usherwood, but I think he's completely wrong here. I don't like to disagree with people I respect because I generally believe that they have a better insight than I do. And if they're speaking from experience, who am I to disagree? So the Tories and the right-wing media are pumping up a story about a Labour donor as much as they can. Lord or Baron Alli, a very wealthy individual, has given a significant amount of money to the Labour Party in the past. He's gay and he has supported LGBT organisations in the past and sees Labour as a guardian of gay rights. Now the Prime Minister's office is in a bit of hot water after giving him a pass directly to number 10. The reason given by Downing Street is that he can access the Prime Minister in an easier way. Theo said that this is a very important story, yes, but there are a number of problems with it.
This is a really important story, and I'm going to tell you exactly why this is such an important story. Democracy isn't just about electing politicians. It's about us understanding, voters understanding exactly who is governing us. Now, we accept, Peter, that the Prime Minister can't do the job alone. He needs a cabinet, and we accept that he needs a civil service, and we accept that he needs political advisors. And he has a team. Now, all of the names of all of those significant people are out there in the public domain. You can Google them, you can find them, you can go through the government website and you can go through the various lists. And I'm sure, your name is on them because you've been an advisor in government. You know what it takes. And therefore you can cross-reference them, those individuals, against any list of donations that they may have made or any work that they may have done previously. So we know exactly who is advising the Prime Minister and helping the Prime Minister to deliver for this country. This story has only come out because of what Patrick Maguire and Gabriel Pogren did. Lord Wahid Ali's name didn't appear anywhere. He wasn't appointed to the government. He wasn't given a job in the civil service. He wasn't given a job as a political advisor. None of those things. He had a pass and he was able to go into private meetings in Downing Street where he would have had the ear of the Prime Minister and advised the Prime Minister. There's nothing wrong with that. Give him a job so we know what his job is to do. We know he's in Downing Street like every other individual. This goes to the very heart of democracy. It's very important that everybody understands why people are who is in Downing Street, who's advising the Prime Minister. And this is why it stinks to high heaven.
The reason Theo is wrong here is because the public do not care. They don't give a flying F. I have been trying to push anti-corruption stories for years now. I've been calling out Boris Johnson, I've been calling out Liz Truss, I've been calling out Rishi Sunak. I've been calling out corruption within the Conservative Party for a long time. And the response I got was nothing. Very few people care. The general public don't give a flying F about corruption. They care about policies. They care about policies that government have and how they're going to impact on people's lives. They care about the cost of living crisis. They care about the NHS. They don't care about internal issues within government. They don't care about who's visiting number 10 and who isn't, who's allowed to get a pass and who isn't allowed to get a pass. They don't care. They don't give a crap about these things. Now, Theo may say this is a big story. It's a big story in politics, but outside politics, it isn't. And I'm not defending the Labour government here. This sounds exactly like corruption. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it generally is a duck. And this is corruption. You have somebody giving a huge amount of money to the Labour Party and getting something in return. £500,000. Now, the reason why I don't believe this is going to really create any real traction is because it hasn't created traction in the past. Boris Johnson appointing a guy who had connections to Vladimir Putin to the House of Lords, was there any punishment for that? No. Boris Johnson receiving £150,000 to play tennis with the wife of a former minister of Vladimir Putin, was there any consequence for Boris Johnson over that? No. So the public don't care about these things. Now, the PPE contracts and the corruption connected to that did create some traction because people realized, look, the government are giving out huge contracts to donors, to friends, to protect the public. This is important. They're supposed to be protecting the public. They're supposed to be buying the best PPE available, making sure that they're protecting the public, and they were not. There was corruption and cronyism there. But no one gives a crap, apart from people in politics, apart from commentators, about somebody donating a huge amount of money to the Labour Party and getting something in return. The reason I keep saying this is because whenever I've done a video on this, the number of views it got were very little. It's frustrating. Corruption needs to be called out, be it with the Conservatives or be it with Labour. So when Theo Usherwood says this is an important story, to a certain extent, yes, but the public don't care. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. I believe you care, but the public do not.